If you happen to be an introvert, Finland is your place to be. Start packing your bags. Why? I'm gonna tell you 6 reasons. Let's go. By the way, there's nothing wrong being an introvert. I'm an introvert myself, and I love it here in Finland. Number 1, we don't have people here. One of the most common questions I get during my walking live stream is that where the hell are the people? Well, the thing is that we don't have people here. Finland is one of the most sparsely populated countries in Europe with around 5.5 million people only. So if you're used to those masses of people during the rush hours in the streets, public transportations, well, we don't have any of that here. Even the busiest rush hours here in Helsinki, the capital city, are pretty light. And that's good. We don't have those traffic jams, congestions at all. Less people means less social interactions with other people. If someone wants to talk to you, they mean business. And the main gist here that Finns don't strike up conversations unless they have something important or meaningful to say. In other words, no bullshitting. There's a funny joke that small talk equals BS. Well, don't worry, if you want to do small talk, that's not like it's not like illegal here. And I myself have done hundreds of small talks in my life, and it's completely okay. Finns are actually quite good small talkers if you just strike up the conversation first. And on top of that, our culture is not very chatty by nature, and especially when it comes down to talking to strangers, like even saying hello to your neighbor. Some people do that, some don't. But hey, that's another social situation list. Woohoo! Another good example is that we don't have those street sellers here in Finland who try to approach and like make you buy something you don't really need. So in short, people mind their own business. And how amazing is that? You don't really have to worry about some randoms trying to stick up their noses into your business and your life. Next, I want to talk about freedom. Finland is a rather individualistic country where anyone is pretty much free to pursue anything. And for instance, it's very common to move out of your home when you are around 18 to study or to work. And again, we have to give credit to the Finnish social security system because it actually makes it possible to do this. For example, if you want to study, you get around 500 euros a month just to study and cover your studying costs. How amazing is that? Another example, if you're working in Finland, we don't really have that micromanaging culture, so maybe your boss will give you some task and then they will expect you to do it by deadline. They won't be like checking like, hey, have you already done it? What is the progress? What is the deadline? All this kind of BS out of the window. As long as you just do your part, you're golden. Let me give you a few other examples. If you want to study another master degree at age of 40, sure, no problem. I'm not sure how common it is, but when I was a student, I definitely remember seeing every once in a while people in their 30s, 40s, even 50s studying a new degree. Completely okay. Or maybe you want to start a side business or side hustle among your work. Sure, you can set up your business ID in 15 minutes and you're good to go. Maybe Finland is the next land of opportunities. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Next point is inanimated conversations. What the hell is that all about? Let me give you an example. Mulla oli ihan älyttömän hienot treffit viikonloppuna. Niinkö? Kerro ihmeessä lisää. Mulla oli ihan älyttömän upeat treffit viikonloppuna. Hei, vähän siistiä. Kerro lisää. So the Finnish conversation culture is also rather calm and modest. We don't really get super expressive and super emotional in pretty much any conversation, unless Finland wins cold in ice hockey. So now you might be wondering, if you happen to be an expressive person, are you considered like an alien here in Finland? Well, I would just say maybe tone it down a little bit and pay attention to the dynamics in a Finnish conversation and adjust according to that. Showing expression is completely okay, but as long as you just don't overdo it. Next point, the moderate everyday communication. In my opinion, a Finnish person has maybe 1 to 4 good friends that they can really tell about everything and so on, and maybe 1 to 5 good buddies they, let's say, regularly hang out with, but are maybe not so intimate with. So Finns go more over quality than quantity when it comes to friends. And here's the main gist. In Finland, you don't have to be constantly texting with your friends or communicating in some sort of way. So let me give you an example. My friends, maybe 1 to 4 good friends, I maybe text them once a week or call them once a week. And that's completely fine. We don't have to be constantly texting every day like, hey, how are you doing? What did you do today? No, that's not really necessary. I think it would be kind of awkward if someone would be texting me every day, blah, 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 what was going on. And rather, I would just maybe do maybe once a week or maybe once per 2 weeks, like a check of, hey, how's it going? What have you been up to lately? And that's completely enough. And also the same thing goes for meeting with your friends. You don't have to hang out every evening, or maybe not even every week. Maybe once a month, or let's say 1 to 3 times a month is completely okay. I believe we are at number 6. If you want to talk to people, get to know people, that is completely okay and advisable. So I mentioned already the moderate communication, reserved nature. But the good news is that if you want to get to know people, meet new people, go and do it. So approaching a stranger is not illegal. In fact, I encourage you to do it because, like I mentioned already, Finnish people are not good at striking the conversations, but when they get into conversation, it's actually okay. It's actually okay to talk to a random Finn. Did you know that? Because Finns don't really come to you. You have to go to them. And a good action point you can do is that you can go to events like music festivals or meetup groups, hobby circles, these kind of things, and actually talk to people there. And especially in big celebrations, big events, Finns are actually the most social people ever because they're kind of relaxed and they're enjoying, they're having a good time. That is your opportunity. That's when you should strike it. So you will actually get the best of both worlds with this. If you just want to be on your own, you don't really bother talking to people, perfect. Finland is the perfect place to do that. But at the same time, if you want to get to know people, you're completely allowed to do that and encourage and advise to do that. In Finnish, we have a saying, ONNI, SUOSII, ROHKEAA, which means the luck favors the brave. So if you just take action, you maybe go a little bit outside of your comfort zone, or some things can happen with Finns. And the bonus tip today I want to tell you is the omnipresent nature. Finland is the land of lakes and forests, and regardless where you happen to be in Finland, the Finnish nature is very reachable. Within 5 to 15 minutes, and you can find nature. So if you want, you can escape to the Finnish nature by yourself, just listen to the nature voices, sounds, take a deep breath, and relax. Or you can just do the funky dance moves. If you want to know more about Finnish friends, watch this video.